G what it be is Mr. Bubblegum Man, female's favorite, slim to every dope boy, corporate gangster, St. Louis MoneyNow, DJ MoneyNow himself. And today, I want to shout out to everybody that's tuned in. We got a special. Okay, we back. We got a special guest today, Miss Summertime Bad. I'm finna bring her on right now. I gotta invite her on. It'll be a lit and an amazing show, y'all. I'm actually excited. Miss Summertime Bad, what's poppin'?
Up? What is up?
Trying to get this trying to pin this comment real quick.
Good to get everybody on here.
Okay, yeah, people filing in.
Yes,
So, yeah.
they're filing in.
Miss Rap-A-Lot Princess herself,
Thank
Summertime
you.
Bad. What's happening? What's going on?
Nothing. I'm gonna look so crazy on here, but you know what? That's okay. I'm not in full glam yet.
Oh, it's all good. It's all good. You know, a lot of people want to see what the real Summertime Bad look like. You know.
This is her in the flesh.
Okay. Shout out to Rap-A-Lot History.
Shout out to Rap-A-Lot.
So before we get things going, man, I want to give a big birthday shout out to you because you just had a birthday recently this past Thursday. Happy birthday to you.
Thank you very much. I'm 28 years young.
Okay. Look at it. Hey, that's what we look for in a wife. You know what I'm saying? I just want to say before we get things started, let me just throw it out there that, you know, none of the questions that we ask, like, it's a judgment-free zone. You know what I'm saying? This is strictly for, you know, those heterosexual men like myself who's looking for a wife or a woman that's worthy of the position, you know, and worth their time. So that's what the questions that we're going to ask is going to be related to. You know, any questions that you feel is too uncomfortable, you know what I'm saying? You do have the right to pass, and we can go on to the next question. That's cool?
Yes, but I will answer everything. I try to do that in all my interviews.
Okay, cool. And to the people that's watching right now, you know, we want to make this as immersive as possible. So if you have any questions for Miss Summertime Bad as well, you know what I'm saying, I'm going to be paying attention to the comment section. And if we have the time, I actually ask her those questions as well. So we actually going to have the viewers at the end of the show. You know, they're going to drop comments. You know what I'm saying? They're going to drop either a ring or an X to see if you wifeable or not. You know what I'm saying?
I love that. Well, I'm looking for a husband, so drop that ring. Drop that ring.
All right, bet. So let's get this started. So let's start with your, you know, simple stuff. Your name, city and state you from, you know, and we already know your age and stuff like that. So.
Okay, so my stage name is Summertime Bad, but my real name is Daphne, and I am from Youngstown, Ohio. So we call it the Yo. So in my songs, I'll say I'm Summer from the Yo.
Okay, Summer from the Yo. Mm-hmm. I haven't been to Ohio just yet, you know what I'm saying? But it's like Midwest, correct?
Yeah, so Youngstown is an hour away from Pittsburgh, one direction, and then an hour away from Cleveland, the other direction. So I'm right in the middle. So tonight I have an appearance at Cosmo. It's like the hottest club in Pittsburgh. So it's so easy for me because I can network in both places and not have to fly.
Oh, that's what's up. Hitting two different markets.
Yes.
I got you. So how much you weigh, Miss Summertime Bad?
How much do I weigh? So I weigh about 130 right now, but I'm like going down. I've been working out gluten-free, dairy-free lately.
Okay. What's your height? How tall are you?
I'm like 5'1", 5'2". I'm real short.
I like that.
Real short. Oh, Mark.
I'm sure myself. So
we got some rappers on live right now with us.
Huh?
There's some rappers on live. Shout out to all the and joining.
Okay, shout out to all the rappers on live. I see ya. So let's go on to so we safe to say that you're a Cancer, correct? The zodiac sign.
We're the best signs. What are you?
We are. I'm a Cancer as well. You know, July 1st was my birthday.
Oh, happy
Yeah, so
belated.
I agree with you.
We got someone from the Teen
Thank you,
Mom
thank you,
family
thank
live right now. We got some MTV
you.
people live.
Shout out to everybody that tuned in on the live. So, all right, let's get to it. Let's get to it. So define what a wife is in your own words.
Okay, so what a wife is, to me, is somebody that holds it down. Like, you like treat them like a lady, but they also are like an equal to you, but you still respect them like a lady, and they, like have feminine, like if you're a heterosexual, like male, like, and you're like a straight woman, you're looking for somebody who like I'm like the womanly role. So like I know I'm busy. I have multiple businesses. I have TV shows. I have, a music career, but I still will write you notes on your pillow. I still will cook for you. I still will. I'm a gift giver. My love language is gifts. I will get you gifts. Like when I'm out, it doesn't even have to be a special occasion, but hey, I saw something and he would look fly in it, or like it reminded me of him. I'll get personalized things made for you, like, like with your name on it. Like, that's like wifey to me. Like, that soft, like, a wifey should be your piece, right?
Yeah.
Away from the world.
Okay, I agree. I like that. I actually like that answer. So, because actually gifts my love language too. That's crazy. I was going to ask you that down the line, but you already answered it. So, yeah,
That's
so that's cool. Uh, so have you ever been engaged?
no, never.
What? Ain't nobody
Ne-
proposed to you?
no, never. I think they're kind of scared of me because I noticed the girls getting engaged, like in my area, they're more like docile. I want more of an equal role. I don't want to
So you
like sit home and play the sideline. A lot of guys don't like that I'm like in the public eye. You
right?
know,
So pretty much you saying you want a partner.
I want a partner. I don't want to sit there and like support your dreams and you don't support mine. And I think a lot of guys nowadays they want somebody who's just going to sit there and like support them full force, and then they don't have to like reciprocate. So I'm very picky because I have my own money and my own everything. So if you don't like upgrade my lifestyle, be it like emotionally, mentally, physically, sexually, like I don't need you. And I think that's why I'm not engaged yet, because a lot of guys want a girl that needs them. They want to be the hero. And I mean, I'm already like the hero in my story. I don't need a hero. I need an equal.
No, okay, I feel that. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of men do, they want to feel needed. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I can just share this with you. Like, two two common themes of men who are heterosexual, like things that they fear, so to speak, is one, feeling inadequate as a man, as in like, you know what I'm saying, like, you ain't got no need for me, you know what I'm saying, like, what am I doing here? And for two, just being controlled by a woman. So it's like,
Yeah.
that's two fears, two major fears that, heterosexual men have when it comes to relationships.
Well,
So,
my major fear is being controlled by a man.
well, maybe it's, hey, that's something that we're gonna discuss later on. So
We
let's,
have to,
let's
have to.
yeah. So let's keep it moving though. So do you believe in prenups?
Yes.
Yeah.
If
So
I
what?
love somebody and I have less money than you, I'll marry you under a bridge, like in the hood. I don't care. Like I don't want your money. I don't want anything from you, even if I made less than them. So if they asked me to sign, yes, I would sign.
Okay. What if
Yeah.
you had more? What if you had more money than your husband? Like, would prenup still be something
I'm a
that you would want to do?
I want to do it, but I'm a little lover girl, and I feel like I could be bamboozled into saying to somebody, "Oh, I love you so much. What's mine is yours. I'm not going to make you sign one." But I think my whole team is gonna won't let me do anything like that unless I had a prenup. I don't think they would let me. So the good people around me would make me do it, which I'd be fine with it, and I would sign one with somebody in a heartbeat because I don't want their money. I can make more money.
Right. Now that's what's up. And then actually, that's kind of leading to the next question. I was gonna say, would you consider yourself like a gold digger?
No,
Okay,
not at all.
that's good.
I
So
want
what's
a
your
guy
idea?
with goals. I'm a gold digger, though. I'm not a gold digger. I'm a gold digger. I want a guy with goals. I'm not going to date a
Yeah.
broke guy because would you tell your daughter or your sister or your cousin or friend, if you had any of those who's a female, would you tell them to date a guy who didn't work? No. So you
So,
gotta have. You have to. I'm not a gold digger. I don't want what you have, but I don't want you to ask me for stuff all the time either. You need to
right.
work. You need to have your own goals. So I'm not a gold digger. I'm a gold digger. I'm digging to see if you have goals or not.
So now, with what you just said, I want to ask you something because that's a valid point. But what if your guy, his career is like something that really have to be patient for? Like for example, like a rap career, which takes time to take off, or even just, I mean, everything takes time. But like something that like if your man wanted to be an entrepreneur or desired to be an entrepreneur, he had a plan and shit like that. It just took time to get customers or a fan base, whatever the case may be. Is that something that you weather the storm with, or like you like nah, he need to have some money right now?
No, I'd weather the storm with it because I've only been a rapper for 8 months and like it's not like I'm like sitting on my ass like not working while I'm waiting for, more rap like music career things to take off. I've come so far in 8 months, but I work. I have my own law office during the week, so yeah, I'll support his dreams, but he's got to have something else going on. He can't sit there on his ass and think Summertime Bad is going to support him because I sat on my ass thinking somebody would support me. I came into this trying to teach young girls that you can do everything that I'm doing and you don't need a sugar daddy. You don't need to marry a man for money that you hate, that abuses you. You can work. And if you don't have enough money, if you run out of money, like trying to pursue your dreams, stop for like a good month, go get a bag, get a job, work, stack up some money, and then go back to it. Don't do anything crooked. I really like to stress that every time I speak in an interview because I don't want young girls to think that they have to do something strange for a little bit of change, and
Right.
if you're in the studio
Okay.
and then some guy says I'm going to make you famous or I'm going to give you this, that, and the third, you just got to sleep with me. Don't do it because the way I see it is if I lose a business deal, I'll get another one. If I lose a man, I'll
Dang,
get. Don't do anything. Don't sell your soul for this. Don't sell your
that
soul.
part. Now that's a very like, I want everybody on the live, you know what I'm saying, to drop a one if you agree with that comment, man. Don't say it's sold for this because at the end of the day, you know what I'm saying, like money ain't nothing but Federal Reserve notes anyway. You know what I'm saying? It ain't backed by nothing. You know what I'm saying? But we ain't trying to get that deep. We're gonna swim back to the shallow area. So let's
I
stay
would
on the topic of waifu group. So
say
with that being said,
you don't want to end up
this
like Christian Rock.
you going who?
Nobody wants to end up like Christian Rock. That's Blueface's artist.
Oh, you talking about the girl with the two?
Yes, you don't want to end up broke and having to stay with somebody because you're destitute. You don't want to do that.
Yeah, you most definitely
Take,
don't. You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
Yeah, like it's somebody out there that's for everybody. You know.
Take that as a life lesson, ladies. If you don't have the money to support this 100% on your own, you need to like go home with your family and start from scratch and then save up some money and then revisit down the line. Don't do anything crooked or get into any crooked things. Please don't. It is not worth it.
I agree. So what's your ideal honeymoon?
Oh my gosh, I fantasize. I'm a Cancer, you're a Cancer, so we fantasize about this stuff. So I should have known you had a wifeable podcast because we're into love, marriage, fairy tale. Um, I want to go just somewhere alone. I don't need anybody with me. I don't need cameras with me. I just want to go to an island with a man, like Bahamas or something, somewhere I've never been, and just be there for a week or two, just me and them alone, spending time with each other. That's what I want to do for a honeymoon.
It sound like a lit honeymoon on the island on some
Yep.
private stuff.
No taking pictures, no taking video. I just want peace.
I feel that. So if one of us has debt and the other doesn't, will it be our debt or your debt or my debt? You know.
I would marry somebody with debt.
So
Uh,
that's what I'm saying. Like, would you say is would it translate to our debt or is like no, that's your debt, and you know we gonna handle it.
This is my opinion. If I marry you, it's our debt. If I'm dating you, it's your debt.
Okay. No, I just wanted to ask. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of people have different opinions on that. So I'm glad that you clarified that for us. So like, is there would there be like
Yeah, if you're
expensive?
married, I'm not gonna pick and choose, you know. I'm not gonna pick and choose being down for somebody. If I married you, I'm down for you 100%. I'm not gonna pick and choose. I'm gonna be down for you and not cheat on you and be loyal to you. But your debt's your debt. No, that's not what we did, or else we shouldn't have got married. I want someone to treat me equal like that too. Like if I ever became down and out, I'd want them to like, hey, I got your back, or else why get married?
Exactly. You know what I'm saying? See,
Yes.
make sure y'all dropping them rings on them X's if y'all feeling what she's saying.
My security guard Marcus is on here. I mean, I'm seeing all these people. You guys, am I wifeable? Drop a ring emoji if I am, or drop an X if I'm not. Right?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So let's keep it going then.
You won't offend me if you want to drop an X if you don't like what I'm saying.
So is there a limit to spending before you have to consult your husband?
No.
So you can just spend as much as you want and never have to let him know.
Yeah, we're not in. Thank you, Lambo. That's a rapper. I don't think there's a limit because it's our money, and you're not my dad. Rap-a-lot's on here, and Rap-a-lot history said if they drop an X, they're scared of strong women. Thank you. And companies on here, they gave a ring. Thank you.
That's what's up. Yeah, they feeling you. They feeling you sometime, but
Thank you. They know me. And a lot of people that are on here, like some are fans, but a lot of them know me personally, and they know the way I get down. You know, and I try to be solid on all with everybody. I don't care if someone works at McDonald's. I'm going to treat you the same as I treat somebody who, you know, and is an executive at Rap-a-lot, you know?
yeah. No, that's real. That's how you should do it. You know, treat the CEO just like the custodian, or custodian just like the CEO.
I used to do karate, and my sensei told me, I've done a lot in my life, but I did karate for a while, and my sensei told me that any job is honorable. I don't care what you do. Any job is honorable, and that always stuck with me. So even if someone's holding a door for me or helping me with my luggage, that's the most honorable job. Because you know what I'm saying? I don't care what you do. Same with dating. I would date a normal guy. I don't care. Love is love.
No, that's real. See, we need more women to think like you out here.
Thank you. Nobody gives me though. Like people see the Instagram persona and they don't give me a chance to get to know me. And that hurts me in dating too. They think I'm like bougie and I'm mean and stuff. Guys don't give me a chance to get to know me to meet the real person. They just assume. And when you assume, you're missing out on good people.
Yeah, and when you assume, you make an ass out of you and
me. Yep.
So yeah. So let me ask you this. How many times have you been pregnant?
Never. None? Nope.
Okay. So like can you have children?
I don't want children. But I've been on birth control since I was like 14 years old. My parents like instilled that in me, I guess, like from a young age. You know,
that's interesting. Tell the viewers in the world and myself why you don't want children.
Because a divorce, you know, if a marriage goes bad, you can get out of it. But like, I have a hard enough time dating as it is without children. Could you imagine if I had a few? I would like. It's so sad. Guys are so like picky nowadays. I can't even get a date now. Could you imagine if I had a few kids? I'd really be like, you know, alone. But it's sad. That's not right. You should love people no matter if they have kids or not. But if I met the right guy, I would have one kid, and it would be I want a boy. I would have one little boy. I do not want a girl. But other than that, I'm not just going to have kids with anybody. I'd have to be married for a while and make sure it's solid. I want to encourage women. Don't just because a guy buys you McDonald's doesn't mean like husband material. Get to know them. Don't just have kids with anybody. It's gonna screw you in the long run.
Oh, that's real. So one boy, huh?
One boy,
What
if I do.
so what if your husband had or fiance had kids already? Is that like a deal breaker?
That's the kiss of death. That's gonna get
Really?
me some from the guys on here. I know it is. If you have kids already, like I want somebody on the same playing field as me, so I kind of want a little family of 3, me, him, and a little boy down the line. I didn't sign up for other kids, and so I have dogs. So if somebody didn't sign up for my dogs, I would understand if they said, "Hey, I like you and all, but I don't like dogs." I'd say, "Okay, we don't need to be together because I came with them." So if you don't like what I've already brought to the table, I'm not going to get rid of my dogs or change my life for somebody.
Yeah.
So that means we're not a good match. So I just wouldn't be a good match with a man who already had kids. And that's fine, you know?
I mean, but what if he was a good match and he just had kids? I know that's like something like you say you ain't really for, but y'all might have the perfect chemistry, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then he got kids and you got a dog and he not a dog person. So you telling me like he got to get rid of his kids in order to be with you?
No, we just wouldn't be together because those dogs are like my kids, and there's no way anybody could ever, you couldn't offer me $1 million to get rid of those dogs. They're staying. So if you don't like what I bring to the table, then we're not a good match. So if, you know what I'm saying? So if they don't like the dogs, they can't date me. Honestly, that's my biggest thing. They come first. I know I'm summertime bad, but they eat before I eat. They come first. So if you weren't willing to take me and my 2 dogs, then we're not a good match. And I'm just going to be single and make my money the way I have, good money, and, you know, take care of my dogs. You have to like every aspect. You can't just because you vibe with somebody doesn't mean you're going to be a good match all the way around the board. You have to get to know their family. You have to make sure what they're bringing to the table is what you want and what you're bringing to the table is what they want.
Okay. Basically, like you saying, things got to be perfect.
It doesn't have to be perfect, but if I date somebody and they vibe with me and they say, get rid of your dogs, it's not happening. I've been single for 28 years. I can be single until I meet someone who's okay with the dogs, you know?
When you say single, you ain't talking about like boyfriend, girlfriend. You just saying you ain't been married, right?
I haven't had an official boyfriend in 4 years.
4 years.
I've actually dated, but I haven't had anybody like lock me down in like 4 years.
Okay, and look, y'all, for everybody that's tuned in, you know what I'm saying, this we do have a segment. So this, not only do we do the questions, Summertime Bad, but we also have like segments within the White People Podcast. So for those tuning in, we got a segment at the end of the show called Shoot Your Shot, to where I bring you on live and you shoot your shot with Summertime Bad. But that's later on, so I just want to throw that out there before everybody, you know what I'm saying, start moving around. So yeah, somebody said you're beautiful though.
Thank you. Thank you, only one snook.
Okay. So with your one kid, your one son that you plan on having, is it like a private school situation or it's going to be public school?
They're not going to school.
Home
not
school.
Today's climate. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, they're not going to school. Nope. It's too bad nowadays.
No, that's real. That's real. I like that. I like that idea. I actually prefer homeschool myself because, you know, the first one to the mind is the winner. And if you send your kids off for everybody else to capture their mind first, then they're going to be lost out here.
I noticed I have little siblings. I have a 13-year-old sibling. I have a 7-year-old and a 6-year-old sibling. And what I learned the most is like when before they went to school, like it's what you taught them. Then as soon as they started going to school, they're saying things, they're hearing things, and I'm like, we wouldn't say that in my home. So you know, you can't control what happens at school or what they're around, and the safety issues with schools right now. If I had one child, I sure as heck wouldn't feel safe giving my one and only child to a school for 8 hours a day and feel like they're thrown to the wolves. It's just not safe right now. If you're able to homeschool, do it. That's how I feel. If you're not, I get it, but if you're able to, do it because it's just the kids are learning. They're becoming grown too soon right now.
Yeah, because you never know what the other classmates is exposed to. Like you said, they come to school teaching kids stuff that you ain't never teach.
Oh,
Like,
yeah. I learned all my bad traits in school from other bad little kids.
okay.
I learned all my bad habits from bad little kids when I was in middle school and high school, you know? So I didn't learn it from my family. So kids.
But I feel like I also feel like public school helps with like social development. I mean, we could talk about the bullies and all that stuff too, but in life you got to overcome obstacles anyway. You know what I'm saying? So being around other kids and seeing how, like, that's really kind of how like real life is. Like you just not being in a world of controlled environment to where everything works well and everything is all peaches and cream. Like, nah, you're gonna find some trials and tribulations out here, and school is one of those ways to kind of learn how to deal with it.
I agree with that, but also like for homeschool kids, like I went to public school, and for homeschool kids there are like groups they can join with other homeschool kids, like if you want your kid to be an athlete, they can join like athletic leagues, or you could homeschool them all the way up to high school if you want them to play football, basketball, or baseball or something and go pro, like, you know what I'm saying? So by that time, they kind of have a little bit of a foundation built where they wouldn't be so impressionable with other like kids whose parents and home don't have the same values.
No, that makes sense. That
You
makes
know,
sense. Especially, a lot of it helps when you have that one-on-one interaction anyway, versus like being 1 to 30 in the classroom and you ain't really getting the help that you need.
and I don't want to get on here and you guys think I'm bougie. I was pretty much raised by my grandparents. My mom was never in the picture. I kind of beat the statistic. I know a lot of other kids like me who didn't have parents. They ended up like dead by 28, you know, or on heavy drugs or in jail. So like I kind of beat the statistic. So like I'm not on here saying that I grew up Miss Perfect. Like you would never know I had a really rough childhood unless I spoke it to you, you know. So I'm on here saying, due to what happened in my childhood, no, I wouldn't send a kid to a public school, you know, because I had the bad end experience. I was heavily bullied in school.
For
Heavily.
real, you was bullied?
I used to eat lunch every day in the
I was.
library alone because I didn't have any friends to sit by at lunch. Yep.
Man, you could have said about me. They said.
They're nice. Kids aren't nice, and it's so funny because all the popular girls in high school, they found me. They must know I'm summertime bad, and they follow me and like all my stuff on Instagram. And it's like I have never talked to you a day in my life in person.
Yeah, but they saying you blew up, and they're like, hey, let me go ahead get close to it, like I knew it.
Yep. And that's fine. They can be close and all, but it's like I remember people, and I remember who was good to me and who wasn't. So, they need to keep that in mind.
No, for real. So, what's the deal breaker? What's the deal breaker to you?
You don't accept my dogs?
I mean, like, we got past the dogs, we got past the kids, y'all in a relationship.
Those top ones. So you want to talk about the other ones? Because the dog one's number one. They were here before all this. They were here before summertime bad. They're not going anywhere.
Yeah.
So
I want to talk about the other ones then. Other deal breaker.
Cheater. He someone who likes to be out at the club. Like, I only go to the club when I have an appearance. I don't want a guy who's at the club every weekend. I'm 28 years old and is taking pictures with hoes and you know what I'm saying, and getting plastered. I'm not a big drinker myself, so I don't want anybody who's wilding out every weekend. That's a deal breaker. Nope, I don't do any drugs.
Okay. That's a good answer. Good answer. We on IG. Good answer. Looking at it.
No, I'm serious. No, I'm serious. I really don't.
Okay, so you high off life.
I'm just outgoing all the time. I don't need to be drunk or high. And my good friend and idol Mac Miller passed away because he was, they slipped fentanyl in his pills that he was taking. So ever since then, I always said to myself, I would never do that ever. So it's to honor him that I don't touch any of that stuff, no matter what.
That's real, yeah. That's real. That's real.
Thank you.
Okay. So, what kind of husband are you looking for?
I want a built, strong man, like tall, like 6'1" and above, or 6 foot tall and above. Beautiful teeth, is nice, is nice. I don't care what industry he's in, but he's nice to people. Like, I don't want a jerk. I want someone who's nice to everybody. So if he does what I do, he better be nice to all his fans. I don't want to hear no mean stuff, you know, like, because I'm nice to my fans. And I want somebody who is, like, thoughtful, who, like, does sweet little things like I would do, like write me little love letters and, you know, like do things, throw me a surprise birthday party on my birthday. Like, I want someone who is like as much into me as I'm into them and wants to be like a partnership. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I know what you're saying. And I know what you're saying. So when was I know you said your last relationship was like 4 years ago, correct?
Uh-huh.
So like, how successful was it?
It was successful until it wasn't. At the beginning, he kind of told me everything I wanted to hear, and then as we progressed in the relationship, he was like, "Cut off your friends. Don't wear a bikini. Throw away bikinis. Don't listen to any secular." He was like a pastor. Yeah, he was a pastor. I met him in grad school. For I have a couple master's degrees, so my one master's degree he was in school for, but he was also a pastor on the side. So he was like, "Don't drink wine." I'm not a drinker anyway, but he wouldn't let me drink wine. He wouldn't let me like. So I kind of let him control me because I never had like a serious boyfriend like that.
Yeah.
So he told me he didn't want to get married or anything, and then I caught him cheating on me. So I dumped him and threw all his stuff out of my house. And a couple months later, he started dating a girl who was married and getting a divorce with 2 kids by 2 different guys who had a heroin problem. And he was engaged to her within 3 months, and by 5 months she was pregnant. So at the wedding, she was pregnant.
Hey.
So
He married the girl that he cheated on you with.
I think he still cheats on her. He has a secret Instagram and he looks at all my stuff. I think he's still cheating on her. There's multiple.
Yeah.
I had women come up to me in restaurants and ask, before I was Summertime Bad and I was just Daphne, they'd come up to me and say, "Are you Daphne?" And I said, "Yeah." They're like, apparently this guy was showing people my picture and telling them about how ever since I dumped him, his life went to shit. Like all these girls, like servers at restaurants, he was like making the rounds with all the servers at the restaurants locally. And showing. So I'm so grateful though, because if that didn't happen, I wouldn't have 2 master's degrees right now, and I wouldn't have my little boys, my dogs, and I wouldn't be Summertime Bad. So yeah, thank you, Marcus. My security's on here because it sounds like you dodged a bullet. Yeah, I dodged a bullet. I'm so grateful. Like, ladies, if someone's trying to control you, cut them off early. Don't catch any more feelings. Get rid of them. They don't love you. They love to control you.
So with him saying, "Hey, I don't want you online showing your ass, you my woman," that was controlling?
He wouldn't let me have an Instagram, period. Like, I was like a little church girl when I dated him. There was no Summertime Bad. I was wearing like fall outfits and like, you know, posting pictures with my Starbucks if I were to have one. Like, but he wouldn't let me have an Instagram, period. Like, it was like the ultimate control. So when you don't date a lot and you meet somebody you vibe with and you think you fall in love with them, you're more, and I didn't have parents at the time. So like, nobody told me that it was wrong. Like, I lost a lot of friends who I tried to reach out to after the breakup, and they didn't like, it's so sad. Some of them follow me now, but like, I asked to be invited to their weddings. They wouldn't invite me. They couldn't understand how I let myself be controlled, because they had parents who, if they would have saw someone controlling them, like minute 1, they would have like nipped that relationship in the bud. I didn't have that. So me explaining that to people, they didn't understand that I was easily manipulated. And so they thought I was full of shit, and they didn't give me a chance and wouldn't be friends with me again, you know? And that's sad. So you can't judge people's situations. You just have to like take it for face value and I've ever since that happened to me and I was judged, you know, for cutting off friends because I was in a controlling relationship, I don't judge people anymore. People have different life experiences.
Right.
Yeah.
That's real. So I would say the next question would be, do you know, you know, do you know what heterosexual men who desire a wife want and values in a woman?
You know, I think that they want somebody who is like soft and is their peace and is feminine and makes them feel at ease, you know, and lets them have their male role. But I think too many guys want a woman to be too like docile. Like there's levels to this. And then there's certain levels you get to and it's unhealthy. I think a lot of guys are still stuck in the old fashioned unhealthy mentality and not we're in 2020. Like a lot of women have to work. Like, you know, it's okay for a woman to work. So I think guys are a little bit there's two kinds of guys right now. There's guys that get it, guys that don't.
So you say the old traditional ways, and I want to ask, like, I know that it's been married women, you know what I'm saying, from doing this podcast and just the multiple interviews that I've had with married women or post-married women, divorced women, all right. They say, I didn't have to work, you know what I'm saying, and it's like they wanted to work, and it's like when you're a wife, you know, your job, you know, in a man's eyes, a husband's eyes, fiance, whatever you want to call it, is take her home, you know what I'm saying, and the husband, like the kids and all that, you know what I'm saying. So it's like, why is it that if a man provides, protects, and all that other good stuff, that that's not even good enough? Like, you still want to work?
Because I think you should have your own like hobby and spending money and stuff. Like I think a man, I'm very traditional, but there's like a limit to it. Like I want a man, yeah, you should take care of the home. A man, if a woman moves in with a man, and I truly believe this, if a man asks you to move in with him, you shouldn't pay a dollar. If a man asks you to move in with him to split the bills, he wants a roommate. He doesn't want a woman. He wants a roommate. Like he's short on money at that point. So I think he should pay all the bills in the home. Yes, but why can't you have your own hobbies, your own I mean, I do it all. I have multiple businesses and I still would have time for a partner and to make him feel like loved and cherished and taken care of. So I feel like we can do it all if you just like understand and ride it out with us.
Okay, okay. It get a little tricky because, like, you know, I feel like we gonna wait till we finish this before I start giving like
Let me
high.
put it this way. I've been on a couple casual dates and it didn't go any farther because one of the first things they'll say to me is, so this summertime bad thing, what? If you get married, are you gonna quit? And I said, no, it's for me. This is for me. Like I could marry someone and they could say, I'll pay all your bills tomorrow and I wouldn't stop. This is something for me. So if you don't accept me and what I came in bringing to the table already and you want me to change it, you don't like me for me.
Right. They like you for their own selfish reasons, huh?
What they could churn you into. Yeah. And that's not happening.
It's crazy because I was having a conversation and I think I came to the conclusion that men, now correct me if I'm wrong, and IG, if you on this live right now, if you agree with me, let me know. But summertime bad. Do you agree with men stay in relationships for selfish reasons, and women leave relationships for selfish reasons? Do you believe that?
Yeah, some. I mean, not everybody can't put everybody in a box, you know. So, but I do believe that the great majority of people, men, I have never in my life seen. So, like, if a woman gets out of a relationship and she's hurt, she'll lick her wounds for a long time. They won't jump into something right away. They're hurting, right? Men, they've already got Sally, Marianne, and Beth lined up before they decide to break up with you. They already got it in their head that they're going to break up with you, and they're already lining girls up. They don't
But
like to be up.
but I feel that's the opposite. Summertime bad. I feel like when, you know, women, they got them lined up. You know what I'm saying? Like I've heard women say, "Oh, I already knew who had next." You know what I'm saying? While I was in a relationship with this person. You know what I'm saying? So it's like they mentally and they check out first. Women check out the relationship first, like mentally,
I
before
have
they check out physically.
I have a good answer. I was talking about this the other day with my manager, Kayla, and she was like saying how a lot of women like when you're born and you start out and like you're nice and you think everything's good and then men hurt you a lot. So when men hurt you a lot, then women get this mentality of, oh, I'm not gonna go out sad again and just put all my eggs in one basket with this guy, and then it ends and I'm sitting here alone and sad. So I think a lot of men have turned women into savages, and now they're like, oh, I gotta line up all these dudes because I'm not gonna go out sad like I did when I was 19 years old and had my first heartbreak. I think men started this. I'm not that way. And I told her, and I tell everybody, like, I want one man. Like, so I'll try to work it with one man. And if it doesn't work, then I'll be single and maybe meet another. I'm not like, I don't have a bunch on standby, but I think men have kind of caused women to act like that and have a bunch of guys on standby because they've been hurt so bad. You know?
Now you probably got it's probably probably on to something when you say that, because like as a man, we the leaders, so we kind of leading by the wrong example. Women gonna pick up and follow our lead. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, you know what I'm saying? Like,
Yep.
so, and you know, I've been guilty of it too. And we're gonna talk about, you know, my wrongdoings and stuff in later on in the interview. You know what I'm saying? I want to keep it going though. So, what are some ways that you please a man?
So like, are we talking like emotionally, sexually, every way?
All of them.
Okay. I'm like I said, my two love languages are gift giving and touch. So I'm a gift giver. If I like you, I'm going to blow so many bags on you. It's going to look like your birthday every day of your life, which is so bad. I'm going to get burned doing that kind of stuff, but I will blow bags on you. I will buy you things. And then my other one's physical touch. So I love to give you like massages. I'm very in tune to like, you know, like how you're feeling, and like I'm like caring of you. So like massages, you know, like sexy, like like you'll come in and you'll see I'll set up rose petals and have a bottle of Bel Air and like a mink rug and a fireplace, like, and I'll be like in a robe with nothing under it. Like I'm that kind of woman.
Okay. Yeah.
I'm
I
a
like that.
girl, ultra feminine, but I think men, like, you guys suck sometimes because you guys should be doing the rose petal things. Why did I have to set this up? You know, I should walk into rose petals. So since men don't do it for me, I like do it for them.
I mean, now let's not say all men don't do it. You know, some men are in tune when it comes to being romantic and stuff like that, but they also get kind of shunned because they get viewed as simps. You know what I'm saying? Like women, I feel like men who go above and beyond for women, it's like the women don't appreciate it to where now the man don't even want to do it no more, because it's like, damn. I mean, and it's ultimately he was doing it for the wrong person, because you know when somebody feeling you and you know when somebody not feeling you, and a lot of times men kind of go above and beyond to keep that person and try to get them back, loving them how they supposed to, versus like, you know what I'm saying, like giving them their flowers when everything was all good. So yeah, that's that. So have you ever had your heart broke before?
Yeah, with that 4-year relationship 4 years ago. It was a 2-year relationship, but it was 4 years ago. So yeah, my heart was broke. And what did I do? I licked my wounds and I didn't date for a long time. I just started trying to actively date this past year. So it took me like 3 years to want to trust and open my life to someone and share my life again. And in those 3 years, I focused on myself. I got not one, but 2 master's degrees, and, you know, really focused on what I wanted to do with my life. You know, I didn't hide in a cave and cry. I just
Right.
said, hey, I can't date right now. I'm not emotionally over this situation. And that's not fair to another man either, to come into it and have feelings for someone else. So I had to wait till I was 100% over it and had my life in order before I could think about dating again. So that's what I did. Now I'm ready.
And I noticed you keep mentioning those degrees. Do you think like those degrees was for you, and it's not like something that you use to like try to impress a man?
They're for me. Yeah.
Okay.
It's something when I sat down alone and said, okay, what do you want with your life? And I said, you know, and that was one thing I did for me. And I'm very proud that I did it for me, you know?
Yeah. No, that's real. So what's the degrees? I know you say you got your master's, but what's the field are they in?
Okay, so I have a bachelor's in psychology, and then I have a master's in clinical mental health counseling, and then I have an MBA, like a master's in business administration. Like
No,
that's the same degree that Elon Musk has. So I love, like, I feel like high and mighty on that MBA one. That's my favorite.
no, that's what's up. Yeah, NBA. That's a hell of a feat. You know what I'm saying? So
That's
no,
one.
that's cool. So I think you answered this question already. I just for clarification, do you have any emotional wounds still open, or have they turned to emotional scars, which just mean they healed and they just scarred?
No, because I gave myself time to heal those. Now they're healed over, you know. So I didn't just jump into something. I think that's a lot of people's problems is they jump into something because they don't want to be alone, and they still have someone else on their mind. You don't. That's not fair to bring that in. I think you need to take all the time you need to heal first. So no, and you know, Mac Miller says you got to jump into swim. So I look to new relationships now that I'm healed as bright-eyed and bushy-tailed. Like I don't go into it assuming the worst. I go in assuming the best. And prove me
Yeah,
wrong about you, but you know, I don't go into it like, oh, he's going to do me like everybody else did me. Bad. I give them the benefit of the doubt because I've allowed myself time to heal.
and that's the key. That's key. I hope everybody paying attention on this. That's key. Heal before you move on. So how many times have you been sent to the clinic?
What does that mean?
Like how many times have you been
STDs?
sent to the clinic, like for yeah, STDs, abortion, or anything
Never,
like that?
I've never had an abortion. I've never been pregnant, and I've never had an STD because I'm not in these streets. Like people would be surprised because I'm a rapper, but I'm not in these streets. Like I'm at home every night with my dogs. I don't get with people. Like it'd take a really special man for me to like share my body with them. I'm not like out here sleeping with people. You know?
Yeah. So do the dogs come before your husband?
I would want my man to treat them like they're his kids as well.
That ain't what I asked you. I said, do the dogs come before your husband?
Yeah, because they're my kids. I can't you
Woo woo. The dogs come before her
because
husband. So
the
pay
dog
attention, everybody.
wake up one day and tell me that they've been cheating on me with Susie down the hallway for 3 months and they're leaving me. You know?
Of course, dogs can't talk. Like
I
what?
know then they're with me. They're not going anywhere. Like, you know, like so I have more security with those dogs.
So is it safe to say that being married ain't a guarantee? Like I
It's,
mean, like you're supposed to be to death do us part and all that good stuff, right?
yeah, but a lot of people I take it seriously, but a lot of people don't take the sanctity of marriage seriously.
I do agree with that. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people just do it for trendy or just for the wedding day.
Or when things are hunky dory, when things are happy, oh yeah, I'll marry this woman. And I've seen a lot of instances, I'll tell you this, where a guy marries this woman. She's hot, she's a go-getter, she's this, that, and the third. They're married for a year, right? Then she
Yeah.
gets cancer, she loses all her hair. And then he sends her divorce papers while she's in the hospital. And
Yeah.
got moved in. Sometimes people will marry somebody when it's good. No, you need to date them for a while before you marry them and be able to accept the good and the bad. You
No,
know?
I agree, but like that is kind of tough. Do you stick with somebody who on their deathbed, you know what I'm saying, until
Yep.
they die, and then like then seek out somebody else, or do you get a divorce? And I mean, I don't know, but that's neither here nor there. So let's
If
keep
they
it going. I think,
no, if they cheat on you, I'm not sticking it out. If you try to raise your hand at me, you're going to be on a stretcher. and I'm gonna beat your motherfucking ass. That's what's gonna happen. And then I'm gonna divorce you. You're not gonna touch me. So I will divorce you for reasons like that. But if you're sick, oh my God, I'm not going anywhere because you're sick. That's crazy. You know, in sickness and in health, I agreed to that.
Well, they don't make them like you no more, Summer. So let's keep it going before. I know IG only give me like an hour on this thing. So
Okay, let's do it.
Okay, so have you ever been in a domestic abusive relationship?
Never.
Good. Okay, so now we're going to kind of speed things up. We're going to go into the segments. And this segment is called This or That, okay?
Okay.
All right, so you ready?
Yep, I'm ready.
Here we go. Clean shaved or bearded?
Either. I can't pick.
It's this or that. You got to pick one.
Clean shaved then. Fine. Clean shaved.
Okay. Taller than or shorter than?
Taller than me or shorter than me? Taller than me. Taller than me. 100%. I'm really short.
No, you say you're really short.
I'm really short, so taller. They have to be taller than me.
Okay, got you. Older than or younger than?
I wish someone was exactly the same age as me, but if they're not, maybe a little bit younger than. I don't want somebody too old.
Gotcha. Hairy chest or bird chest?
Shaved chest. Shaved. We don't, that's, no hairy chests around here. If I have to shave everywhere, you do too.
Hey, you know, but men, anyway, protector or provider?
Protector.
9 to 5 or entrepreneur?
Entrepreneur.
Rappers or actors?
Can we switch actor out for athlete?
Nope.
Okay, rapper.
Interracial relationships or same race relationships?
Whoever you're in love with, so it can be interracial because that's terrible if you would judge somebody on that.
Gotcha. Smoker or drinker?
Oh, I don't know. Probably a smoker because a drinker you might get. What smoking what though? Weed or cigarette?
I mean, I was thinking weed. I mean, I don't.
Oh, drink. If it's weed, drinker. Drink.
Okay, got it. Now they finna get a little more juicy, all right?
I'm ready.
Hickeys or sexting?
Sexting.
Doggy style or missionary?
Missionary.
Squirt or creamer?
Like female? Like,
I mean, we ain't got to just squirt or creamer.
Creamer, I guess.
Okay. So yeah, that was this or that. You know what I'm saying? This or that segment. You know what I'm saying? So we're gonna wrap that up and go right into the next segment, which is called double standards.
Okay.
So, is it a double standard having a bi partner in a relationship, as in bisexual?
I wouldn't date a bisexual partner, so I don't think that's a double standard. I don't know.
But it's men out there that would date bisexual women.
Well, that's something that they would have to like really think about and be. I think that's a double standard because they think that's sexy. But if you're a woman and you're afraid your man's gonna be out with his buddies screwing them, like that, and you're not into that, like that is a double standard.
Yeah, so that's how.
Right, that is not. Yeah.
Yeah, that's how this segment was about. Just seeing if it's double standard to you or not.
That is a double standard for sure, because if they don't think that the woman's ever going to leave the man for another woman, what if she does? Then boom, you're divorced. Like, that's definitely a double standard.
Definitely, I agree. So this next segment is called Would You Rather, all right?
Okay.
So, would you rather have a man with all the riches in the world but no time for you, or a man with no money but the best sex you ever had?
No money, but the best sex I ever had. Because I can make money for both of us.
No, that's real. That's real. Okay, so now for this last 5 minutes we have on the live, you know what I'm saying? Now we're going to go into our next segment, Shoot Your Shot. Shoot Your Shot, man. So shout out to Asai. You know, she was actually my first guest on Wifeable. She actually tuned in right now. And she kind of gave me this idea, you know what I'm saying, after we had our first episode. So at this time, put your request in on the live if you want to join and shoot your shot with Miss Summertime Bad. You know what I'm saying? So all the fellas out there, you've been watching for almost an hour now. Okay, we got some people. Okay, I'm gonna start with this first one.
Oh, wow. People want to come into the live and shoot their shot.
Yeah, we got about 4.
What?
Hold on.
I'm flattered. Thank you. I can't wait to see who these mystery men are.
I'm trying to see.
I'm so shook right now.
Hold on. Okay. Like I said, y'all, I've got some of these people I'm clicking accept.
Come on in. Come talk to me. I don't bite. I promise.
Let me see.
I'm just shocked that there's so many.
It's y'all time to shine.
I'm ready. Come on.
Don't be scared. Don't be scared. Don't be scared.
Don't be scared. I'm nice. And give me your best pickup line. I love to laugh. I love a guy.
I think they scared sometimes because
this is my whole life.
I'm accepting their request, but they declining.
You guys set yourself apart from these, like, you know, wimps, because this is my whole life. Guys will like my picture, but they won't DM me back. They're scared of me. I don't understand. Like, talk to me. I'm a real person and I'm down to earth. Like, come on in.
This is your chance to shoot your shot, man. You know what I'm saying? Before we end the podcast with Summertime Bad, you might not get another chance. You know what I'm saying? Who knows? So if you would like a chance to shoot your shot with Miss Summertime Bad, send me a request to join the live before we end this thing.
You got to get me while I'm single. See? Now's the perfect time.
It's the perfect time.
I'm loyal, and I'm not going to talk to any guys unless it's business or music, or friends. So come on in while I'm single.
Come in while y'all single. Like I said, shoot me a join the request live, or shoot me a request to join the live. What I'm not talking about. So yeah, but okay, it seems like everybody's scared. So with that being said, drop either a ring or a red X in the comment section if you think either Summertime Bad is wifeable or she's not. Last 2 minutes of the show. I got you.
Do you really, of course, thank you. Do you really get people giving X's on this show? Like, do people really will put X's under women?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, I mean, because certain things, you know what I'm saying, they might not agree with. I think I seen one X in the earlier of the show.
On me? I'm going back
now. Somebody said X for sure. Maybe they was just I don't know if you can scroll. Can you scroll and see the comments too?
Yeah, somebody said if someone puts an X, they're scared of strong women. But I didn't see anybody put X for sure.
It was like all the way in the beginning, so maybe they were just trolling.
Oh, it's a troll. That's a girl.
Oh, it's a girl.
That's a girl who doesn't like me. Women don't like me for some. Yeah.
Hey, if you ain't got nobody hating on you, ain't doing something right.
I know, right? I keep hating. I love the clout. That's all I ever wanted was to be famous. So come on and watch. I love it. I love when they watch my stuff. Women are really mean to me though. Women are a rough crowd. Men are super cool with me.
That's what's up. Well, we got less than 40 seconds left, and I'm gonna also give you my take on whether you wifeable or not, Miss Summertime Bad.
Okay.
And see, you got the rings. You got the rings coming in. And with me, summertime, I would have to say I'm gonna have to give you an X for the wife, just because you can't put your dogs over your husband. Like it just don't make sense. Like